Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tonight, a humanitarian crisis exploding in Acapulco, Mexico. After Hurricane Otis ripped through the beach resort town a week ago, destroying infrastructure and flooding streets and homes. Up and down the coastline, the horrifying evidence of Otis's wrath. Boats thrown like toys along the shore. Many residents now feeling as though they've been left to fend for themselves.
Queremos ayuda, ayuda. Se nos fue todo en el agua. No.
Clean drinking water becoming scarce. Authorities say just 35% of water service has been restored. Lines of desperate residents snaking through the streets, people waiting to collect it by the jugful. But the wait itself is dangerous.
¿Dónde está el gobierno? ¿Dónde está el apoyo del gobierno? Mire usted si quiere ver la fila. Nos dicen que desde las 8, nosotros estamos aquí desde la madrugada, 5 de la mañana, arriesgando que nos asalten, porque ahora están asaltando en las calles.
Looting in the days after the storm stripped store shelves bare. Food now coming from a government-backed community kitchen. NGOs like World Central Kitchen stepping up to meet the demand.
Today we are putting out 3,000 meals. Yesterday was 2,500, so each day we're looking to increase our output more and more.
Otis's rapid escalation from a tropical storm to a monster Cat 5 hurricane in just 12 hours, leaving residents like this woman with little time to prepare. She thought the rising floodwaters would be the death of her. Her husband keeping her calm through the worst of it. The couple surviving, but now struggling. Mexican president deploying more than 10,000 troops and 1,000 government workers to deal with the aftermath. Government officials unveiling a $3.4 billion recovery plan, but experts estimate the cost of the damage could be as high as $15 billion. The human cost of the storm continues to climb. At least 45 people killed, including one American. Loved ones of those lost seen waiting outside the morgue.
Por la falta de luz.
This funeral homeowner says he can't prepare bodies for burial until power is restored, now taking in more of the dead than he can handle, while families wait to lay their loved ones to rest. The official death toll is expected to continue to rise, with at least 47 people still reported missing. The Navy says it will be focused on recovering and searching through more than 30 boats that sank in Acapulco Bay the night of the storm. The Navy says large cranes will be brought in to help lift those wreckages out of the water.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is November the 3rd, 2023. It's currently 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Let's just go over there. Great glory to the Mighty One. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Brethren, what we are noticing here, it's the hurricane Otis or Otis that happened a few days ago. Let me see. Happened, I'd say about 3 to 4 days ago in Mexico. That's, to be on the safe side, a week ago. And what they are seeing here, the weather is behaving in a different way, a different pattern. They saw this thing was a tropical storm, and within 12 hours it strengthened to a category 4 hurricane. Okay, that's how quickly those things change. Usually those things would take days for it to change, but now in mere hours the weather changed. Again, why is this thing is happening? What seems to be the issue here? What is it like suddenly a lot of the things are not making sense for 83? Now, for those of you who may not know Acapulco, let me see if we can get Acapulco here. I think we went there, right? Is that what that is? Yeah. Is that Acapulco here? Yes. Yes, this is Acapulco. We went there. We just go into it a little. Okay, this thing like a private island here, a nice bay. Okay, a nice beautiful bay, and this area it is known as a tourist destination. Let's see if we can get a little bit of information in there. That's for the last time that we were here. What we were talking about here? What is this? Oh, yeah. It was in September 1994, the September the 20th something. Anyway, right, let's see. Give me a little information about Acapulco.
According to Britannica, situated on a deep semicircular bay, Acapulco is a resort with the best harbor on the Pacific coast of Mexico and one of the finest natural anchorages in the world. The town lies on a narrow strip of land between the bay and the steeply rising mountains that encircle it.
Okay, it's a resort town, a resort place. Okay, so when we look at, great, ay ay ay, and the internet become blasé now. You can't everything. Look at this thing is just blank. Where's the image? Why would they put converse here? What the hell that mean? Let me see. Converse. Okay. Here's some information about Acapulco in Mexico. History of Acapulco. Acapulco was founded in 1550 and was an important port for Spain trade with Asia. Spanish built for San Diego in 1616 to protect their ships from pirates. That's it. I guess that's it. So, 1550, the Spanish, during the Inquisition era, this place was booming. Okay. I don't even know what converse mean, but anyway. So, Acapulco was booming and still booming. Well, up until now. So, beautiful place. Rocky side, beautiful resorts. Then again, beloved, those resorts they are not owned by the regular folks, the regular people that we just saw to this video. So we are going to go through many of those tabs that I just randomly put there. Some of them I watch the video, most of them I do not. We're going to see if this is indeed is such trouble. As we can see, those millionaire billionaires, they are the one that own those giant resorts and building and skyscrapers. Okay, and they do not control the weather. So the mighty one destroy the places of leisure. The places just go ahead and relax or vacation. Alright, let's go step by step in this video.
Tonight, a humanitarian crisis exploding in Acapulco, Mexico. After Hurricane Otis.
Okay, so let me see right here. You can see a Burger King, H&M. Let me see, what is that? I'm not too familiar with this brand. CNA. Well, Burger King and H&M, those are not your typical mom and pops buildings or mom and pops businesses. They are quote unquote millionaires, billionaires, corporation business. You think those billionaires are doing this? You think they are controlling the weather so they can destroy their own business, or because they want to collect the insurance money? Okay, who own those insurance money? They also own that. Okay, they want to collect money from themselves by destroying their property. Those guys do not like inconvenience. Okay. All right, they simply do not like this. Let's keep this full screen.
Mexico. After Hurricane Otis ripped through the beach resort town a week ago, destroying infrastructure and flooding streets and homes. Up and down the coastline, the horrifying...
Okay, so you think all those boats, all those yachts, okay, all those yachts over there, all those expensive yachts, you think they belong to the regular folks that working down there, or for the people that are looting the place? You think it belong to them? You think those $1 million yachts and boats, they are belonging to the regular people that going around there, and then the so-called 83, the elite just control the weather and then destroy those things because I don't know, they want to show you their power before they bring Jacob's trouble.
Up and down the coastline, the horrifying evidence of Otis's wrath.
Okay, look at
Boats
this.
thrown like
Look at these boats. Those are expensive boats, man. Look at this. This thing is literally mangled. This thing is destroyed.
toys along the shore. Many residents now feeling as though they've been left to fend for themselves.
Queremos ayuda, ayuda.
Okay, Malta. What does the name Malta mean? Malta. Some reason. What does the name Malta means? Okay, the name Malta is feminine, given as an Aramaic origin that means lady or mistress of the house. It comes from the word Malta, which means lady or mistress, or the mistress of the house, like Marta Vill. Wait, hang on. Marta Villanueva, which mean Marta, new city or new town, the mistress of the new town, the mistress of the new city. Okay, we want help, or the lady of the new city. We want help. We want help. Okay.
Se nos fue todo en el agua.
We lost everything in the water.
No, no, no.
Again, beloved, a lot of those people, they are deep into 83's contract. A lot of them, it is when something like that happened, they would like, oh, okay, well, we want to come back and be with you guys and stuff, but most of the time they will align.
Clean drinking water becoming scarce. Authorities say just 35% of water.
Oh boy. They will align themselves with the enemy, but anyway.
Water service has been restored. Lines of desperate residents snaking through the streets, people waiting to collect it by the jugful. But the wait itself is dangerous.
¿Dónde está el gobierno? ¿Dónde está el apoyo del gobierno? Mire.
Okay, where's the government? Where's the support of the government? Look at the queue. They tell us that the water or whatever. Now you can see from around the world, whenever something happens, those folks always ask, "Where's the government? Why are they not there? Why are they not resolving these things like they usually do?" What happened is, beloved, the so-called world government or other guys or any other government, when anything happened, like such as crisis that they set up, for instance, the war on drugs, they caused those things. Incarceration. Talking about incarceration, let me see. Well, let's just type this. Let's see. The Sister Lisa just upload a video. Okay, incarceration rates declining for black men and black women, I believe. Reform initiates mark and impact. Okay, let's just see if we can go right here. All right.
Or being exonerated. Well, this one's a little different. The incarceration rates for black men and women have been declining since 2000.
Again, they have to give you the illusion that you are always into the curse, when in fact it is them. Why do you think cities like Portland or state like Oregon and all the other states like California, they like retail shoplifting or theft? You used to, our people back in the 90s, there's a dude that stole a TV. They give him 35 years for stealing a TV. Okay, now you can go ahead and steal a TV. You can go to CVS, Walgreens. You stole a bunch of stuff, and they ain't gonna call the police. You ain't gonna go to jail. Why? Because now it is their daughters. Now it is their sons. Now it is them. The curse is strongly upon them. Yes, indeed. We still have a lot of our people and the prison system. Make no mistake. But now it is primarily them. Then again, when you look at it's been a while we haven't done this. Let me see. We'll say Florida. Whoop, there we go. FloridaRest.org. Okay. All right. Okay, so majority of the people that going in prison is them. The worst county in Florida, let's see. Let's see the worst county. Oh boy. Search by county. Polk County. There you go. Let's search by county here. Okay, most of those things they don't show. You know what? Let's go at the bottom. What's Polk County? Polk. Here we go. 51 right here. 51 hours. Huh. Okay. Well, most of those they took out the picture. Let's see the place that has the most arrests in Florida. Hillsborough, 88. Anybody else? 83. Duval. Let's take 88 to see what's going on here. Okay, so now when you look at the faces of the people that are in there, and most of them they are in there because of drugs. Let's check somebody that's clearly on drug. Let's check her. Boy, possession of controlled substances. Okay, drugs. All right. Again, beloved, I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to reach for things. Those people are out of their mind over there. They are all on drugs. Okay? Fraudulent credit card, controlled substances possession.
Now, they're trying to credit the reforms that they have in place for this whole thing happening. So, between the 1970s and the early 2000s, the United States saw a 700% increase in incarceration, disproportionately targeted Black and low income people. Now, see, what I would love to see, what are the ratios between people going in there that really committed a crime and ones that didn't commit a crime? Because I believe those numbers are going to be very significant. Now, reform efforts in recent years are beginning to reduce imprisonment rates, and this is for the most affected communities. A new report by the Sentencing Project, a nonprofit research advocacy organization, unpacks these declines and some of the policy changes driving them. Black men and women saw the most significant differences from 2000 to 2021. The imprisonment rate fell by 70% for Black women and by 48% for Black men.
Now, again, like I said, if you want to go ahead and watch the video, you can go check it all up over there. Because now, beloved, the curses are fully on switching upon those people. And they don't know what to do. They have no idea how to deal with it. For instance, the drug, we believe part 2 of this video, we're going to talk about drug addiction and what those people are going through. We're probably going to take one video and we're going to do the segment in one video to show you how bad it is. And we're going to read the comments, show you how bad it is. So that's why other states, when you do certain crime, you cannot go to jail if you are stealing things, because there are too many of them in the jail system. Not to mention, and the welfare system, they overrun that. Okay, the adoption system, they overrun that, because a lot of those parents, they have children, they're on drugs, or either they are no more. Those kids are in those orphanage. Well, they don't have orphanage anymore. They have those places where they put them the CDC, not the CDC, DCS, CDS, whatever, Child Protective Services, CPS. They put them, and then they put them in other places, and with other people. All right, they overrun this system. That is because this thing is so bad upon them. Now, most of our people, they don't do things to go to jail. They don't do things worthy to go to jail, and they stay away from trouble. Of course, you will have the 2/3. What the hell you want us to do? It's the 2/3 that they don't care. They're gonna do that. But most people, most of our people, we stay out of trouble. We stay out of trouble. Yes, here and there there's a scuffle. Here and there there's a little pushback between us or between others. But in large, our people are not criminals. Our people are the best loving people on this planet. We love everyone. We don't want anyone to go to any trouble because we've been through this thing and it's traumatized. Do you know how it is to be, well, because you call us that, a black man or a black woman, to wake up every single day to know that you are a target, you are, quote unquote, the inferior, you are this person that is going to get blamed for whatever's happening out there? A school popcorn or whatever popcorn happened in a bowling alley, they will find a way to blame you. The migrant or coming and stuff, something it has to do with you. Ish and Ishmael over there are kicking each other's asses and knocking each other's teeth out. They are dragging you into this thing, and you know you're going to work, you are targeted. You're going to sleep, you're targeted. Wherever you are going, you are a target. That's how it is to be living like us. And you are now finding out that's how it is because you are small among the nation. Now the curse is fully upon those people. That's why they are losing their freaking mind, man. Okay? All right, let's keep on moving with the Mexico stuff. I just wanted to bring that to the attention because when those people are asking for help and they don't see the help, they don't see the government don't act the way that they used to. Remember, those so-called government, they like to just tear up their chest and show their huge S on their chest and come up over there and resolve whatever problem. What they do, they show a few pictures of a 2/3 back in the 90s, a 2/3 in the TV, shooting each other, pay the gangster rap, the movies that depict our people as violent criminals, violent animals, and then they show it to that, and then they told those people, okay, all the crimes that are going around in this world, especially in the United States, are caused by blacks. And then they come up with the crime bill and then arrest a bunch of our people, and then they give the illusion that they somewhat get away, or they get away with crime, or they stop crime, and it's stinks. They just eliminate crime forever. When in fact, in the 90s, our people were just peaceful. It was just all hype. You think a so-called drug dealer will sell drug, he knows doing something illegal, and then make music video about it, or go out there and then put themselves out? No, those guys were underground. Back then, the OGs, they didn't know who they were. They looked like regular people. Some of them still here. They still live. They look regular. They walk around, do regular things. It is those people that came in with the hype and entice our brethren, entice the youth, and make them act like that. Now they are dealing with stuff. The government cannot stop it because the government did not produce it. The government did not set that up. It wasn't a false flag. Back then, when those guys want to come up with a law, they come up with their false flag. They come up with the stage things, and then they say, hey, you see what happened here? We need more guns. We need more money. We need more this. We need more that. So they can abuse our people. And then they always seems to be resolving problem. Not anymore. Things like that is something they didn't see. Within 12 hours, these quote-unquote tropical hurricane, this tropical storm, in 12 hours turned out to be a category 4 hurricane. And those people are asking, okay, where's the government? Usually, when those people were in the blessing, they have their little devices. They can see when this thing going to hit. They know that stuff going to hit, quote unquote, Miami, and it's going to hit the poor neighborhood. They don't announce it. They say, "Oh, we don't know yet. We don't know where this thing is going to hit. We just have to see whatever." They don't warn all people. You think this thing, when it was coming for Katrina, they didn't know that. They know this thing was going to hit Katrina. They saw it coming. That's why they do the best they can do. They prepared this thing when it hit. They break the wall. They flooded our people down there. And then they somewhat removed their people. And still, it was mostly them. But they make our faces, the face of our brethren, the epitome of hurricane. People will still, till this day, people keep still comparing hurricane to Katrina. Any hurricane, this is worse than Katrina. But yet you don't hear about it in the news like that. You don't see the humiliation. Although those people are looting left and right, you don't hear anything about this. The Mexican government don't send the National Guard or whatever Mexican army or whatever things that they have over there, the protective forces, to shoot those people down. You don't see this thing make worldwide news. Did you know Katrina was so bad, the entire European country, the entire earth knew about it? Remember 2-3 years ago, there was a hurricane that hit Germany and it destroyed a town that was exactly 400 years old. The lady said, "This is worse than Katrina." She was speaking German. Well, Deutsche or whatever the language over there. And you're like, how you people know about Katrina? Because that's how they associated hurricane with. Black people, Katrina, misery of the Israelites. That's how they associate things with. Now, when this thing hit them, they didn't even see that. They didn't see it coming. They didn't have time to prepare. That's why those people are like, where's the government? Usually you guys are like right there. Solving things like, oh, we're here, we are the government and stuff. It's been a week. Where are you guys? So that's what this lady is asking, Is that thing recording? Is it recording? Yes, it is. All right, let's keep on moving.
Ver la fila, nos dicen que desde las 8, nosotros estamos aquí desde la madrugada, 5 de la mañana, arriesgando que nos asalten, porque ahora están asaltando en las calles.
Looting in the days after the storm.
Okay, this dude is looting, and well, I don't know what's going on here. It seems there's a military fellow or cop here, but let me enlarge this so that people can see the number in his back. Just put it right here.
Estando en las calles.
Looting in the...
Okay, the number in his back, okay. All right, the pine tree, beloved, we keep seeing the pine tree. All right, the pine tree is here. It seems there's some kind of circle within a circle, and merchandise here, but the pine tree is still there, or they call it the Christmas tree, aka the evergreen. Why don't you say Everglades? Florida Everglades. Oh, okay, I got something to do there. But anyway, the pine tree, the evergreen tree, okay, number 12 right there, and some police officer. It looked like number 82, but it's
the days
12.
after the storm, stripped store shelves bare. Food now coming from a...
Okay, so those people are looting, and then they are not... This is that the police right here?
Looting in the days after the...
Okay, that's like army and police. They're not shooting them. Okay, you can see those people. This is kind of like a mall or some type of plaza. Let me enlarge this. It seems some kind of plaza. Everything is there. Those people are taking stuff, and you can see this cap or security and stuff. They're not shooting them down. They, in fact, let them take stuff, because guess what? This is not looting. When a disaster like that strike, all your food is destroyed, all your stuff is destroyed, and this place got stuff for them. What do you want those people to do? Starve? You want them to starve? You want them to die? No, they will go over there and take things and feed themselves. But if it was our people, it would have been rioting. It would have been looting. They would have been shot dead. Okay?
The storm stripped store shelves bare.
Okay, look at the store shelves. There's nothing left here. They took pretty much everything. But there's no death. Nobody is shot to death here, because it is not our people. Whenever our people do something, barely, because the whole looting that was going on in Katrina mostly was those people doing the looting. But anyway, when they loot, they are survivors. Remember during Katrina where those people were saying when they saw the white folks all looting their places, like, oh, look at the survivors. They all going out there, try to survive, getting products and stuff like that. But the moment they see a brother, the moment they see a brother with the bag working around, he not part of the looting. They're like, oh, those are the looters. And then remember that guy got so angry, one of those reporters, he even called the police. He called the police and said those people are looting, come over there and shoot them, okay? Because it was our people, okay?
Food now coming from a government-backed community kitchen. NGOs like World Central Kitchen stepping up to meet the demand.
Today we are putting out 3,000 meals. Yesterday it was 20. Increase.
Tropical storm to a monster Cat 5.
Put more and more.
Otis's rapid escalation from a tropical storm to a monster Cat 5 hurricane in just 12 hours.
Okay, again, everything you're hearing or seeing, they are symbolic, okay? Within 12 hours, 12, which is for the 12 tribe, category 4. This thing was a tropical storm, and it is strengthening in 12 hours, brethren. Things like that, they take days for them to cap that. That's how the system is designed. Now, the weather become like tornadoes. Did you know that those folks do not have a reliable system to somewhat predicted tornadoes? They can only predict tornadoes when it's like about 10 to 15 minutes right in their face,
leaving residents like this woman with little time to prepare. She thought the rising floodwaters would be the death of her. Her husband keeping her calm through the worst of it. The couple surviving, but now struggling. Mexican president deploying more than 10,000 troops and 1,000 government workers to deal with the aftermath. Okay. Government officials unveiling a $3.4 billion recovery plan, but experts estimate the cost of the damage could be as high as $15 billion.
Okay, when you have a problem like 15 billion, you said 3 billion. That's it's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. And I believe Mexico GDP, let me see. Mexico GDP, you see, 1.2 trillion. So Mexico is in the top 10. Mexico is in the top 10 economic of the world. Okay, 1.2 trillion. Okay, for Mexico. So they could have given that 14 billion, you know. The US did that. They have the money. They give that thing to Asian Ukraine over there. Okay. US approved 14 billion package for Israel and Ukraine. Okay. Okay, well, what was this usually have videos? Why they put videos here? Okay, House Israel aid bill includes 14.3 billion by slashing IRS funds. Okay, so that was 3 days ago. So those guys, whenever they need money for war, they need money for, you know, taking other people's lives, doing nonsense, they'll find this money. But when our brethren ask for reparation, they don't have that money. Okay? They don't have that. Why should we give you reparation? What did we do unto you for you to deserve reparation? You know, are you fighting for your freedom? You're free. I mean, if you were fighting for your freedom, I understand. We could have give you that, but that's how those people do. Okay, they just give that money to for wars, for people to fight wars.
The human cost of the storm continues to climb. At least 45 people killed, including one American. Loved ones of those lost seen waiting outside the morgue.
Por la falta de luz.
This funeral homeowner says he can't prepare bodies for burial until power is restored, now taking in more of the dead than he can handle, while families wait to lay their loved ones to rest. The official death toll is expected to continue to rise, with at least 47 people still reported missing.
Okay, 45 of them were no more. So, yeah, beloved, things are not going too well out there for 83. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this is a fire over there in an abandoned factory, which is plague number 2, fiery conflagration of the cities. Okay, those fires are happening everywhere, and they are happening for no reason. It's just boom, fire. And people are like, okay, well, big deal. You have to understand, those folks are doing this because they want the insurance money. They are doing this because they do that. They try to bring Jacob's trouble, yeah, by burning down their, well, this is symbolic right there, old factory, by burning down their house. You think it's fun to bring those firefighters and put their life in danger for doing this? You know, things like that, they cost millions of dollars to put fire like that out. Okay, the water, the manpower, those things are not cheap. It's a strain on tax, man, on taxpayer or the government. All right, let's keep on moving.
New York Mayor Adams speaking out tonight about the FBI raid of the home of his chief fundraiser today in Brooklyn. The home of 25-year-old Brianna Suggs, raided today by the feds, who are investigating possible improper donations to the mayor's campaign. By coincidence, Mr. Adams was elected 2 years ago tonight. With the mayor's reaction to all this, here's Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon.
The mayor this evening explaining his abrupt return.
So, you have those Negroes, okay, they freaking hate the guts of our people. Those guys don't, you think this dude like you? You think this dude like people that look like him? They freaking hated you. And they make covenant with 83, no matter what happened, they will be there stomping on our people, do all this nonsense. But the catch is now, these guys, especially him, they didn't know about the blessing of the Gentiles going to end. To the fellows like this guy and his kind, they think this blessing going to stay forever. Even the so-called 83, they thought this blessing was going to stay forever. It is just recently, I'm saying around like 2020, 2021, they find out this thing was only 400 years old, and then it is done. It is just recently those top dogs in the so-called government, the elite, it is just recently they find out this. Did you know the so-called Catholic Church or the priesthood of Mahan never told anyone? They just told them they're going to rule forever. It is just recently those guys find out, wait a minute, we're not going to rule forever. How did they find out this? Through our videos. Not me alone, but multiple of our brethren out there breaking down the scriptures, telling them the truth, and they realize, yo, we effed up. They thought 2020, they truly believed the lies. They thought 2020 was the year that they want to, they were already, 2019, they were calling 2020 the rolling 20s. They know 2020 was like, they had their agenda, 2020 is where they're going to control the world and all that. They had all that crap. They had all these things set up. That's why they were letting those guys go out there saying, oh, they're going to depopulate Africa. They're going to depopulate the world. They're going to depopulate that. They truly believed they were going to do those things. Up until now, you think a guy like this dude, he actually want to be around people that look like him and work with them and work for them or do anything that can help them? Those guys freaking hate your guts and mine.
First at an event in Midtown.
You probably heard the reports involving one of my campaign staffers.
And again at Gracie Mansion, pledging full cooperation.
I have not been contacted by anyone from any law enforcement agency.
The staffer is his lead fundraiser, 25-year-old Brianna Suggs, whose Crown Heights home was raided by the FBI this morning, along with the offices of a Williamsburg construction firm called KSK. It made $14,000 in campaign contributions. Sources say the investigation...
$14,000 is nothing. Again, beloved, let's say, this is how this thing go. Let's say we started the $5 challenge, so to speak, in 2020. We did start it in 2021. In 2020, and now we're in 2023. It's like, it's been 3 years. Let's say if you started for 3 years, you should have somewhere around $24,000 save up. Okay, that is if you did keep up with the thing. You should have $24,000 save up. or $18,000 save up, but most likely 21,000. Is that what that is? Yeah, $21,000. So let's say you have $20,000. If you own a business, okay, you can take 14,000 out of that 20,000. You go to Eric. You said, "Listen, I'm going to make a donation to your campaign, and when you are elected the mayor, quid pro quo. This is not a donation, so to speak. It is an investment. I'm expecting these $14,000 that I give unto your campaign to be beneficial to us. I want this 14,000 to bring a mutual success between us both parties. That's it. And then you're done." That's why you see certain businesses are doing well, better than others. Certain business like Amazon, Walmart, and all those big dudes, and couple other small businesses, they know what to do. The so-called businesses control the politician. The politician don't control the businesses. The one that don't give certain things, they will tax your ass until they break you down. But if you know what you're doing, you get those guys certain money, you free, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, which we're going to study his book this year coming up. This December, we're going to begin studying the Paranomics and all the other books. Well, we will begin with Dirty Little Secrets. Dr. Claude Anderson told you, you buy politician, the one that you cannot buy, you rent them. You rent them out if you cannot buy them. That's how things are done. You don't go ahead and march and claim stuff. You buy people. You save money, okay? Because those guys, they are greedy. They'll take money. They don't give a crap if you are black. You got the money. They want the money. Now, let's say, beloved, you have 300 of us, like we did. We started in 2020. We save the $7,000, so to speak, a year. Let's see how much that is. 300 times $7,000. Okay.
300 times 7,000 is 2,100,000.
Okay, 2 million times 3 years. Okay, you got $6.3 million. 300 of us can come up with $6.3 million in 3 years. Do you know what you can do with $6.3 million with those politicians? All you need to invest is $14,000. We can get a piece of land, not like a piece of land. We get a town. We buy a small town. Okay, we just pay those guys. We say, we need you to draft bills and laws that will protect this small town. And the protection we need, here's an additional 20,000 to hire to make sure every single cops that are watching this small town, we have our own police officers, and all our police officers are people that we handpick to be there. They are brethren that are from our community. We put there as police officers. Here's another 30,000. We have our own courtroom, our own judiciary system, whatever you want to call it. Here's another 50,000. We have our own education. Now your job is whatever the government is giving out there for grant, it has to pass on to us. We have to receive the grant. We have to receive the government subsidies, the checks, the cuts. They have to pass there. Those are the money we give you for your quote-unquote campaign. And then when now you elected mayor or governor of this city, where governor of this state, and we are in the county where our small town is, we have our own business with $6.2 million. You can have hotel businesses, meditation places, the restaurant, our own so to speak, farmland where we got our own food. We are protected there. And we have laws that say other police officers have zero jurisdiction in our town. Okay, we have a strong 99.99% public transportation using light rail, okay, using monorail, using connected buses, a little sub. Well, we won't really need a little subway, but we'll need light rail and buses and stuff, parks, and our own entertainment over there. We don't deal with the others. With $6.3 million, 300 people, okay, 3 strong brethren, 300 strong brothers and sisters come together and do this thing. We can do that because we did save the money. We did 300 of us, more than 300 people in 2021 and 2022. We had over $7,000 saved each. The reason why I didn't go with this thing, because the mighty one say, I'm gonna give you guys something greater than this. But we can do this. That is if anybody that be one or watching, all you need to assemble your people and then save this money. You can do this because those guys are thieves. They are vicious after money. They are greedy. If you have this type of money, you rule over the so-called politician. You rule over anyone. 83, whoever they are, they'll do anything for money. They'll do that. Those guys are huge whores for money. Okay? That's what you can do. And that's what's going on here. Why do you think those guys are always beating on us? Because they get paid to do that. And we do not organize our money like this. We use our money for nonsense. We use our money to stunt another black man or black woman, to stunt on society. Buy that brand new car, wheels, and all this nonsense. It's time for our people to collect and get the money together. I do not do or encourage the $5 challenge anymore. I let people do it individually because we were getting too deep into these things and a lot of stuff were happening. So, and the mighty one said no more prayers and things like that. So we did not go into that, but we will make another announcement this year, well, in December, the one that wish to participate, okay, privately, members only, to keep this thing by the end of this year. By the end of 2024 to 2025, we should have collectively $2.3 million saved. Do you know what you can do with $2.3 million? You can buy wherever that you want. If you don't want something to go in your neighborhood or in your hood, but we need to get a place collectively. Of course, beloved, this is just me talking Hish. All right. This is just me talking Hish. You know, we have things that are greater than that. That's why we don't get involved with it. We are moving fast, and the Holy Ones will give us kingdom, castle, and mansion and things like that. We really don't worry. We really do not worry about the system. But again, this is an example. All right. So that's how you can butt those guys, because that's what it is. They're all about that money. All right.
Investigation is looking into whether the company, along with Turkish nationals, made improper donations, and that Suggs will likely be called as a witness.
There may have been a straw donor arrangement where somebody is paying money, but it looks as if somebody else is actually making the campaign contribution.
Which has been alleged in another case involving the mayor's campaign. In July, 4 people were charged in a straw donation scheme, accused of trying to pressure the mayor's office for construction jobs. If there's an attempt at...
Exactly. When you make those donations, you say, listen, whenever the government come onto you with a contract to build, let's say, an hospital or a new building in this city, I want you to come and hire my people and my people only. Is that clear? Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, master, sir. Yeah, yeah. And you give him 20 G's, and you make sure when a contract is given for a new construction in the city, every single person that are in our community that are able-bodied that can work will have this contract, and they will pay, and they will be paid, and they must be paid handsomely, deliciously. That's how you do business with those guys, because they are whores. Those are not politicians. That's a prostitute. These men that you are looking at, well, of course, this guy could be a massive cowboy. We don't know. Yeah, but this men you are looking right here, he is a prostitute. That's how you pay them. You negotiate, you buy them. That's what that is. You don't march, you don't yell. That's what Dr. Claude say. You marching, what are you gonna march for? You don't march with those guys. You save your money. Collectively, we come together, we're strong, and we buy those whores, we buy those bitches, and we make them perform things unto us for money, because that is their duty.
Foreign influence or a cover-up, Kane University Provost David Birdsall says those are major violations.
What we do know is that this is serious enough, as the mayor perceives it, to break off conversations in Washington about what may be, and what he has called, the most salient crisis facing the city right now.
This morning, the mayor posted a video from his flight to Washington, previewing those critical conversations with other mayors and the Biden administration about the migrant crisis. Now he says they'll have to be rescheduled.
When you have something that took place like that, an inquiry with a campaign member, I think it was important for me to come back.
Asked about Brianna Suggs, who was an intern at Brooklyn Borough Hall in 2017, launched her own company and raised more than $18 million for his 2021 campaign.
A real professional.
You take $18.4 million to elect this guy, you think people will sit down there and just accept this $18 million or whatever just go to waste? Now, if 300 of us can come up with $21 million, we can elect a guy like this fellow, Adams or whatever. This $21 million, this $18.4 million we give out of our $21 million, which is nothing for us, for 300 of us, it would instantly make those 300 of us billionaire if we were in New York. Instantly making us a billionaire and give us control over the city. And then we will have company that we need workers, and those workers, we need them cheap. Go over there, get all those freaking migrants, bring them over there. We're going to pay them penny on a dollar to perform things for us and buy stuff and do this and that and control them and buy real estate and things like that. That's how those people do this stuff, by buying the politician, not by marching, not by complaining unto them, because they don't listen to the poor people. They listen to money. They are whores. Those guys are whores. You pay them. That's how you do. You buy them.
She does her job well, and she's going to comply with any.
Of course, they're going to try to blame this thing on this young lady. They're going to try to blame it on her. They will throw her under the bus. They say, well, she took whatever, most of this money, and did, I don't know, illegally spend it and stuff like that. They just throw her under the bus.
That's made.
The mayor went on to say he was surprised and shocked by what happened this morning because his campaign follows strict rules. As he put it, we turn away a lot of money and send it back if it's at all suspect.
It's entirely plausible.
That's all bull. That's all bull. Those guys don't turn away money and things like that. It doesn't work like this. It doesn't work like that. See, the so-called politician will do anything to win. And the guy with the most influence, the most money, always win. Why do you think those billionaires were supporting Trump? Because they knew what Trump was talking about, making America great again. He tricked everyone into this thing. That was before pre-2020. They thought that they were in the blessing. Trump was the last hurrah. That's how those guys do things. But then again, beloved, let's say if we have $21 million in 3 years, of course we will not trust those guys with our money and things like that, man. We will build our own stuff. We already have a private island. All we can do is just get to this island and found our own nation, get our own things going on over there, study and do stuff, and, get our own stuff going on, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
if this happened, and again, we don't know that it did, but if this happened, that it happened on behalf of the mayor, but without the mayor's knowledge, in which case he would be legally uninvolved.
So yeah, that's how you get. You think New York? Oh, that's how the so-called the mob do their business, man. You know, only our people that don't do business like that. Only our people flaunt their wealth or their money in front of people without properly investing this thing. Dr. Claude told you this in Powernomics, Dirty Little Secrets, or Black Labor, White Wealth. Read those books. This is how things are done. Anyway, beloved, we're done with this garbage. Okay, this is just an example, all right? Let's keep on moving, okay? Those guys are whores.
It is probably fair to say that your kid did a terrible thing when you yourself end up running from the police, like the parents of Ethan Crumbley. They made a break for it after their 15-year-old shot dead 4 students at his Michigan high school. Their names are Jennifer and James Crumbley, and they were cited, actually, for failing to secure their guns, not responding to their son's disturbing behaviors, and then ignoring his mental health as well.
That's well, of course, they always have to throw that mental health in there. It is not their son disturbing behavior. This is normal behavior in the midst of those folks. That's why they didn't care. Things like that, it's normal. It's normal. It's a normal behavior. It's not like something is wrong with our son. He's acting up and stuff. No, our son he's well in the head, and he's just, that's the thing. He said he's going to kill people in the school. So what? Up until he does.
They were supposed to turn themselves in because of that, but they did not. Instead, they took off, and police, U.S. Marshals, and the FBI spent hours and hours tracking them, ultimately to the basement of an art studio in Detroit where they were hiding out. The authorities threw in 4 additional counts against these 2. Involuntary manslaughter for the terror that their boy caused to hundreds of students. And now we are learning that all of this can be very hard on a loving relationship, and the Crumbleys might now actually be crumbling. Apparently, Jennifer Crumbley has been telling other inmates that she's housed with that all of this, all of the death and the devastation, is the fault of her husband, James. According to the prosecutor, she's blaming James for buying their underage son the gun that he used in the massacre, and then also blaming him for ignoring Ethan's mental health.
Again, they have to keep throwing this in there. He did this because he had mental health. You know, when the father willingly buy him this firearm, he know he has mental problems. Say, I know you are crazy in the head, right? He is a freaking gun. Go do crazy hish. And that's exactly what happens. Well, when this hish happens, you know what we're going to do? We're going to claim mental health. Now they are going at each other's throat. They are throwing each other under the bus, you know?
Allegedly, Mom is accusing Dad of taking no responsibility for the son's behavior, even after a highly disturbing phone call from the school the day before the shooting. The defense says that prosecutors are simply trying to make the Crumbleys appear, quote, not united. I don't know what that is, though, if that's an advantage or not. Their trial is 11 weeks away. Who knows if when they are in court together.
Again, 11 weeks, that's like almost 90 days or more than 90 days, like 4 months or something like that. You see that how long it takes to process those people. When our people do something, quickly put your ass behind bar, lock you up, sentence you to death. Multiple life sentences, but when it's we gotta figure out if he really killed those 4 people, you know, if he did it consciously or his mental health, you know, things like that, garbage like that. But anyway, let's keep on moving. Well, yes, but again, beloved, why those things are happening? I mean, what seems to be the issue now? Why is it that 83 are losing their freaking grip? They are losing their mind. Well, it happened because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, indeed, 1619, 2019, we serve all 400 years. Right after 2019, the entire world got locked out. That's why from 2020 till now, nothing seems to be normal. We are living in an abnormal, unnormal time. The weather, that thing happened in Mexico, things that used to take days to strengthen to category 4, this tropical storm in less than 12 hours strengthened to a category 4 hurricane and destroy Acapulco. This result, this town result where they have those millionaire billionaires that have businesses and go over there, people just vacation over there. This thing is literally destroyed. Yes, it happened because the curses is over unto us and traverse and copy from us and paste unto them. Why? Because of course Genesis 15:14 cemented that, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and the mighty one is judging them through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse. So what we saw happen over there in Mexico, it's the thunder voices, which literally mean the weather, the flood, the hurricanes, the cyclones and typhoons, all the things that have to do with the weather, the snow things. Well, of course we got number 6 here for the snow, increase of hail and snow, but all of that, okay, that's what happened. How long we are into this thing? Ooh, all right. Let's keep on moving. We barely into this stuff. Let's keep on moving. Let's we're gonna have fun tonight. Let's do this. Let's keep on moving. Okay, so this is Pakistan. 1.7 million Afghan. Oh yeah, this is in Pakistan. Yeah, 1.7 million Afghan refugees forced out of Pakistan. Okay, let's just cut the music. Okay, Pakistan is sourcing more than 1 million refugees. It's ordered all illegal refugees and migrants to leave by October 31st, which was 4 days from now. 1.7 of them they left. All right. Causing chaos at the border. The government say over 4 million foreigners lives in Pakistan. A majority of Afghan nationals who sought refuge after the last 40 years. Some would have never been to Afghanistan. If the government had not ordered us, then we would never leave. We don't speak the languages of Afghanistan, nor we used to live with them. Okay, this guy was born in Pakistan. He speak Pakistani, but he was illegal. So they're sending back to Afghanistan where he doesn't speak the language of his own people. He doesn't know anything about them. We don't speak the languages of Afghanistan, or we live in there. We spent our whole lives here. This is all we know. Okay, this is where I raise our kids. We were born here. So he was born here. His children were born there, but they are illegal, so they kicked them back to Afghanistan. Okay, he was supposed to be a Pakistani resident, but they sent him wherever that he came from. That's exactly what happened to our people. Why do you think all those people are kicking people out of their land? Why do you think like the people like, we don't want you guys here by October 31st? Like, what the hell? You guys on short notice, you kick us out and stuff like that. Why do you think they're bringing people, moving people around the world? Because they know exactly what's going to happen to them. Okay? All right, let's keep on moving.
State legislation making it a criminal offense to enter Texas illegally at the southern border is closer to getting to the governor's desk.
The Senate Border Security Committee announced it and advanced it yesterday. This latest version did not include a provision that was in the original House bill.
That provision removed would have allowed law enforcement to return illegal immigrants to the border without first going through a judicial process. Fox 4's Sean Rabb in studio with more. Sean.
Yeah, and two big concerns for those opposed to.
You know, that's our dude, all right? You can see the suit, okay? The dude, he still keep the cool, he still keep the look, all right? You can see this dude suit and hair and things like that, but the moment they switch onto this dude, you know you are dealing with some dude back in the 70s. He used to have a curly hair and a huge hat that matches his clothes. Two women, one on his right, one on his left, a giant shoe that is high heel shoes, plenty of jewelry and a Cadillac. My man, he has style.
One more, Sean.
Yeah, and two big concerns for those opposed to the legislation. First of all, what happens to county jails that aren't along the border like Dallas and Tarrant? Well, the Tarrant County Sheriff tells me they're working on the wording of the proposed law. The other big worry for counties, though, the costs.
I commend you for your efforts. This just isn't it.
Testimony for and against legislation that would make it a criminal offense to enter Texas illegally along the southern border. Adam Haynes with the Council of Urban Counties says the proposal is an unfunded mandate. Counties would have to pick up the tab for housing these individuals, but the bill does establish a way for counties to be reimbursed through the governor's discretionary fund.
But we have to wait 18 months to get paid back, and we're talking about tens and tens of millions of dollars.
If a person is caught here illegally, it would be a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by 6 months in jail, and they would have to stay in a county jail until a state agency transports them to the border after they've served their sentence. If people are arrested, should the measure become law, it could add to crowded jails.
And my initial concern was that what happens to the local jails away from the border.
Tarrant County Sheriff Bill Wayborn says what sheriffs want is language added that would make arrests only apply to law enforcement along the border.
What we're arguing for and believe that we're going to get is only if you see the actual crossing or the illegal entry, it has to be on view. So that really wouldn't apply to Tarrant or Dallas or any of us up here. It would only apply to the peace officers on the border.
The Texas Public Policy Foundation supports the measure.
We need it to ensure that Americans possess the most basic element of sovereignty, and that's the ability to determine who becomes a part of our community.
Why are you going to try to do this to the citizenry?
Dallas County Commissioner John Wiley Price says what the final legislation will look like has not been determined. The only thing that is certain is that the new law would come without state money.
And so you're going to dump it on the local taxpayers and law enforcement in a way that is clearly unmanageable.
Well, so again, those people don't know what they are doing. Now, somebody share with me this, I believe, the brother right here. Let me see if I can get the, there we go. There we go, let me see. Let's watch this video.
During school hours, they're out. All the prostitution is taking up every single block. They will be out with their pimps, and they don't care.
Jaylene Lugo is 14 years old and taking the number 7 train home from high school for the first time. With a Kirby doll on her book bag. Her walk on Roosevelt Avenue is a jolt out of childhood innocence.
I've seen teenage boys go up to the prostitutes.
In one busy spot on 90th Street, men are led downstairs to a brothel on a regular basis.
This is turning into a red light district in Bangkok.
And I don't see the problem here. I don't see why people are outrageous. I don't see this. In the 70s, when our people were doing the pimp and hoes things, you guys, you criminalize it. Not only that, you folks demonize our people, man. You lock them out of the economic system. Okay, all they can do, all the things that some of them could do is selling drugs and sell their bodies so they can survive. And they did this, and I don't see the problem here, man. You bring all those migrants here and thinking like you're gonna do to pad your numbers. They're gonna have to do what they must do to survive. And when it was our daughters, when it was our wives, our girlfriends, our children, nieces and stuff, it was fine. In fact, you people paid other people to bring this thing to Hollywood and show our people always twerking and behaving immorally. And then now the majority of those people that are doing this thing over there in New York don't look like us. They are not us. Suddenly now there's a problem. Or I see the teenage boys go to this prostitute. They should. They must. They're supposed to. Now you are on the other side. Now we have to sit there and watch your daughters, your wives, your children become whores and whore themselves out there for money so they can buy drugs. That's what that is.
You walk up and down from the 70s all the way down to the hundreds.
You know, it's really iconic that this dude mentioned 70s. Of course, he was talking about the streets, but back during the era of the 60s, 70s, till now. Okay, you were calling our people immoral. All those people, that's what they are. They are immorals and stuff. They pull yourself by the bootstrap, and then now your daughters is doing the same thing that our people were doing. Okay, now there's a problem. Now there's a problem. Or school kids, they are passing by brothel. What seems to be the issue here? What is the problem? Tell me the problem here. When it was us, it was an issue. It was like, yo, we cannot have those people over there, you know, prostituting, drugs. Now you are doing it. Oh, okay, well, it's a problem. Back then, not only you had our people arrested, you humiliated them, and you didn't care about that. Okay? If you go to YouTube, I don't know, they might strike me for this, but let's see. 1970s prostitution documentary, New York. All right? I specially report 1973 to 1976. Okay? Pimps and prostitution. When this thing was ravaging our people, you know, you guys make documentary and then glorify this thing and humiliating our people and do all the stuff. And then now suddenly, you know, when it's your daughters, when it's your people now, okay, well, you know, you guys, we gotta stop this, you know, teenage boys and go, yes, they should.
And all you're going to see are different massage parlors with women outside soliciting men. There's no moral compass anymore.
It never had. They never did.
Pix 11 even found women sitting on mattresses outside a furniture store near 93rd Street.
They should do this, okay? Those young women, look at them. They will tell you who they are, okay?
One of many scenes unsettling Jaylene's mother.
I grew up in this neighborhood. I've been here for 31 years. I was born and raised here, and what I'm seeing here today is not what I grew up seeing.
We have been reporting on sex workers and trafficking on Roosevelt Avenue for nearly 20 years. The numbers we're seeing now seem unprecedented.
This is happening during school hours, and it's even worse at night.
On a recent Friday, Pix 11 News saw activity in the 80s on Roosevelt Avenue, with one man apparently steering customers to a spot that was close to a barber shop.
We are seeing more Latina women doing prostitution. I think those women have no other options.
Some are Venezuelan, Colombian, and they are having their own massage parlors alongside with the Asians.
By day.
Okay? Alongside with the Asians. Now, those people now, they don't look like us. They are not our people. They are out there going through the curses. And let me just talking about the whole myth about, well, those are trafficking women. Those are the women they're trafficking. No, they're not. Those are women that willingly come over there. They cross the border. They come here so they can do this thing because they were doing it whatever in their country. They come, they bring this stuff over here. They are doing this thing. And now because they don't look like us, they are not our people, you don't see the government, you don't see the police there, you know, brutalize them. The National Guard's already over there, the FBI investigating, the CIA already in the midst. You don't see that. You see a little complaint here, a little complaint there, because those are their daughters. Those are their women. Those are their peoples. That's why they don't want to say anything. What's happening over there, it's good. It's supposed to happen. You folks are going to sit there and watch this happen. We will go further in part 2 concerning the drugs that are ravaging those people. We're probably going to take one video and go into this. But yes, you people are supposed to sit there and watch this. Again, let me see the other video. Prostitution legal in Maine. There we go. All right. Okay, there you go. Maine's new law partially. Let's just do this.
This is, let's call her Juliet. She lives in a small town in Maine, and Juliet is a sex worker.
Sex work is work. We deserve respect. We deserve human rights, and we deserve a safe space to conduct our work.
In order to protect her identity, we're using Juliet's stage name. She's not only an exotic dancer, but she's also an escort. Her home state is about to partially decriminalize sex work. And if you're like Juliet, part of the 66% of folks 18 to 44 years old who support decriminalizing sex work, this sounds like a step in the right direction, right? Actually, wrong. Well, at least according to Juliet, who says partial decriminalization can actually be worse.
Full decriminalization is the only good option. It is the safest option for consensual sex workers. When you criminalize any part of providing or buying sex, you are harming. Like I have this person here. When are you free this week?
To better understand what Maine is trying to do and what it might mean for the country, we spent a week there talking to sex workers, a victim of trafficking, a man who pays for sex, a detective who runs sting operations, the politician spearheading the legislation, all to try to answer the question, what's the main problem with sex work?
Okay. Now, as you can see now, there's a shift. There's a shift. Now, we got to make this thing legal because my daughter into it, and I don't want her to go to jail. My wife is into it. I don't want her to go to jail. The new generation, Generation Z, is into it. The generation millennial into it. Those are our children. We're going to have to make this legal. And this is in Maine, which is among the widest state in the U.S. Why is it suddenly now people are worrying about, oh, well, this is, well, oldest profession. This thing shouldn't be illegal at all. You shouldn't be arrested people, but yes, indeed, you made it illegal. You arrested our people because they were doing this. You locked them out of the economic system. You forced them into this life. Now you're talking about, oh, well, it's trafficking. We have to talk about the child trafficking and stuff like that. Suddenly, you people are so worried about child trafficking. Okay, who are those kids that are being trafficking? Listen, when it comes to this sex worker thing, 99.99% of those women over there, they get involved with this thing purely on their own because they need the money to do drugs. They need the money to get by, mostly for drugs. Those are the women. You see that woman in the beginning. I'm not making this up. Now there's a problem now in Maine. We're gonna have to decriminalize this thing. So you mean a man and a woman meet somewhere, the men pay the women, they get down, they did what the good Lord and them do together, and then now you arrest them, both of them, you put them in prison for 3-5 years because they had sex and they pay, I don't know, money was involved. It's a crime. You committed a great crime here because the law say this. Oh, we are Catholics, Protestant, Christian, Muslim, because we got high moral and stuff. New people have zero moral. Now you're showing yourselves because you're in a position. You're not in a blessing anymore. Now your daughter's gonna have to do things out there, man. I'm telling you, you 83 women gonna have to do things out there to earn, just like our women did. And a lot of our women will join onto this thing because they're like, oh, I want to be independent and stuff. But this time, it's different. You're going to see how this is different. Again, they're trying to humanize this thing, make it look cute and stuff like that. Nah, we already told you. We went into this thing multiple times. The moment you get involved with this lifestyle, especially if you're lying down with other 83, they will make you do things like you won't feel you're a human being anymore. Okay, let us keep on moving.
While this bill is becoming a law in Maine, sex work is a deeply complicated issue as old as time. It's often been called the oldest profession in the world.
Because that's what it is. Back then, there weren't no regulation, nothing to this thing. In fact, there were laws that protect prostitute. In the good book, Peter went to a prostitute, and the prostitute gave Peter over $3 to $4 billion in time now, so Peter can do the work of the Most High, because the Mighty One sent an angel and unto her in her dream and said, bitch, you better have my money. And she had the money. She was one of those 83, and she had the money. She give all of it to Peter, and she like, yo, tell your God, don't come after me anymore, and I'll do anything that he wants me to do. And she want to serve the brother Peter, but Peter was like, yo, I just need the money. Just give me the goddamn money so I can get out of here. And he gave it to Peter. Okay, prostitute play a big role in the Bible. Okay, and again, there are whores, there are prostitutes. A whore is somebody that worship multiple god and things like that. Okay, but they had actual prostitutes. They were well respected women back then. It is when those people get involved with stuff, they always get to the high moral, how moral they are, until this thing hit them. And now we gotta humanize this thing. We gotta show her, she's clean. She come from a good family. She's not from the ghetto. This is a person that have value there. Okay, we have to decriminalize this thing because she's my daughter. She's my niece. She's my this. She's my that.
But the way we think about sex work has changed dramatically in the last decade or two. I mean, TikTok is filled with thirst trap videos that push you to Instagram, and then to a link tree, and then finally OnlyFans, an online platform where subscribers pay performers for access to usually adult photos.
Okay, so now you see a woman buttocks like this. This is an imitation of our women buttocks. Okay, white women, they by nature they have flat bottom. Okay, while they'll go in that BBL and all that nonsense. Remember when they were shaming our women because they had big butts, and Mr. Sir Mix-a-Lot come with that song? I like big butts and I cannot lie. Or what of us again deny, Put some respect on our women's butt now. All of you guys, you are doing twerking now and stuff. Which, then again, the whole twerking fiasco, okay? Mapuka dance. Okay? So, Mapuka, it's, let's see if they have, let's see the old Mapuka. Okay, this is... boy, this is gonna be too hot for YouTube. So, but anyway, okay, this one you can see the women. Hopefully YouTube don't get me for this. This is an ancient dance, which is in French they call la danse du fesse, or the butt dancing. That's just like in Hawaiian belly dancer. Okay, when just like you got the belly dancers in Hawaiian, the Arabian belly dancers, our people, they had mapuka. That's what it is. Okay, the dance of the butt. That's what it was. All right. Now everybody is doing it. Everybody claim this thing is them, but the original name of twerking was called mapuka. Okay, it's a dance where the women dance their butt and stuff, and that's all it was. That wasn't anything sexual. It was a dance of the butt because the women have butts. That's what it was. Men cannot do this because they don't have hips and butts. And now this thing become all sexual. It become like the internet make this thing all backward. And now look at your daughters. Whoops, where we had in this thing? There you go. Oh, right here. Now your daughters are doing this. Okay?
Profession in the world. But the way we think about sex work has changed dramatically in the last decade or two. I mean, TikTok is filled with thirst traps.
Okay, that's what your daughters are doing out there because they need the freaking money for the drug. All right? They'll get a BBL. I pump a lot of stuff. This is not natural. Those women don't naturally look like this, okay? This is all belly sucking in and then makeup, filters, and all that stuff.
Videos that push you to Instagram, and then to a link tree, and then finally OnlyFans, an online platform where subscribers pay performers for access to usually adult photos and videos. The social stigma around virtual sex work seems to be fading every day.
It's all fake, it's all fake stuff. Everything they have there is fake. And you really don't want to lie down with those women, okay? Hoes mad. Now you guys are becoming the two-third. You are taking the place of our two-thirds, okay? And again, beloved, those are dumpster cookies, all right? We refer to those women as dumpster cookies. What is a dumpster cookies? Well, cookies that they don't want to throw away and they are infected. They have all sort of things on them. They have all sort of disease, STI. They have those things, but I'm not making this up. Look, this is, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, those are dumpster cookies. It's not things people need. It's just things in the dumpster. When you don't need something, you throw it in the dumpster. Those are dumpster cookies. The women, they appear to be looking good, but whatever that they have, it is not good. Sour, rotten, and foul, putrid smell.
Porn stars are becoming influencers, going on podcasts with huge audiences.
You have star energy.
Okay, so that's what they are bringing, because it is their daughters. So they are bringing those women out there. Listen, you see this woman that you're seeing here? Let me enlarge this. See this woman that you're seeing here, looking good and all that. You won't believe, well, some of you would believe, because you will see what these women are doing. The amount of stuff they are doing. It's not regular baking, man. Back then, West Coast, had regular good stuff, but now it's not. It's presenting. It's tossing, reaming salad. That's what it is. Eating fecal matter, whatever, from the men, from other women. That's what those people do. It's just right now, it's all copophobia. That's all they do. And then now you as a man, you get involved with a woman like that, kissing you, touching you. She will transfer those spirits onto you. Now it's your daughters. Now it is your people. The curse is upon you. That's why you guys trying to humanize this, make this look good. We have to understand. We have to decriminalize and stuff, because you're involved in it now. The majority, 99.99% of the people that are doing these things are you.
Are just building their own audiences on mainstream corners of the internet.
Hey, it's Bella Danger, and I'm back to answer the internet.
But while popular perception of sex work is definitely changing, laws like Maine's are somewhat of a misnomer. Yes, it is decriminalizing one aspect of sex work, but it's not actually a step toward full decriminalization.
How are you feeling about seeing our client today? I always feel good about him. He's a pro.
The official name of Maine's new law is LD 1435. And the gist of it is that individuals who sell sex are no longer committing a crime. Only the Johns who buy sex are.
Oh yeah, let's decriminalize the woman that received the money. She didn't commit a crime. It's the dude that paid for this. We have to do this thing partially. It's the guy that paid for this. Going to suffer or pay the price. Now, beloved, this is a code word. What they are saying here, they say, we know this thing is mainly our daughters that have sex. If they do this with other white men or 83, there is no crime committed. But however, if a black man pay for sex, we're going to release her. We're going to arrest that black man. That's what they are saying. Okay? They will not arrest any regular John like this, the dude over there that paid for some of that dumpster cookie. He's not going to go to jail. But if they find a brother there, the brother will go to jail.
Basically, you stop arresting the victims of this, which is the people who are selling sex, and you arrest the buyers, because it's a demand reduction strategy.
This is how those people think. This is how they think. Whoever is selling this, you are a victim. Whoever is buying this, you are the guy that doing this. You are the person that you caused this, because there's a demand. Okay, let's say about drugs then. So I'm a drug dealer. All right, I sold drug. Your son come with the money, buy the drug for me, and I give the drug. Shouldn't your son go to jail because he gave me the money? He's the one that having demand. I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here with my stuff. He paid me money. No, the dealer, they always flip this thing on. The dealer is always the black man. That's how they are flipping this thing. Well, the guy that paid for sex, he's going to go to jail because you pay for this thing. You committed a crime right there. That's a huge crime. This young woman, being on internet, shaking that stuff, marketing this stuff, doing her stuff. Now you track her down, okay? And she agreed. This thing was consensual. You paid $200. You have this stuff, and we're going to arrest you, man. That's a crime right there. That's how those people think, because now it's upon their daughters, but they are doing the best that they can do to don't want our men to get involved with this.
This approach is often called the Nordic model because it was first deployed in Sweden in 1999.
In the places where this has been done, the amount of prostitution in the society decreases. So that's the hope of the...
This is a bunch of lies, female sexual slavery. Those people, they always have to attach, making themselves the victim. We were in slavery too. Our women went to slavery too. They are sexual slavery too. We all slave. Look, black people, slavery, it's the same thing as what black people went into. We were slave too. This sexual slave there, the slavery. They always have to put themselves in a position they are like us. Me too. Oh, me too. The thing that happened to you, it happened to me, but worse. This is worse than slavery. Female sexual slavery. Get out of here. Your children, your daughters, they are whores, and your son also. They are massive whores. They are out there selling that cookies, selling that muffin, even though selling, buying salami and shoving it into the exit sign. They are into this type of things. Now, it is your daughter, it's your son, your niece. In the midst of that, you people want to change it. You're coming all back with it stuff right now.
The Nordic model is that we can penalize the buyers, make the fines they pay used to help the women.
And then again, when you look at this picture right there,
the Nordic model,
they could have easily put America upon the face right here. They put Africa right there, like right in your face. You got to see this, this Asian Chinese fellow, but you got to see this is Africa right there. It's in your face there. You could have put China right there, but no, look at Africa. It's over here, right there. You could have put America. No, Africa, we have the black people right there. That's what that is. Now the plague is upon you now.
Is that we can penalize the buyers, make the fines they pay used to help the women recover, and stop arresting the women and make it possible for them to build new lives.
The Nordic model, or what they're calling the equality model in Maine, is built on two beliefs. One, that all sex work is harmful, both to individuals and society. And two, there's really no such thing as...
Anyway, I'll just leave it right there because those people, it's all garbage. It's all garbage. You people are telling the reason the sex is not the problem. It's the money. You see, two people can just meet and they have consensual baking. That's all. But it is the money. It is the money. See, they don't care if our people baking. But the moment the money are circulating, the man could be the protector of the women and say, man, you become the pimp and pay for this stuff. If you speak with the whole OG pimp, they'll tell you whatever that you're seeing on TV is not pimping, man. Pimping wasn't abusing the women, slap them around, and make them work without paying them. A pimp was a protector. And they used to barely have issues. The money was circulating in our community when this thing was happening to our people. And they saw how the men was managing this thing. And they were getting rich. They were getting so much money. The men were buying Rolls-Royce, man. Cadillacs. You know how much Cadillac was in the 60s and 70s? And then they came in, they made all those movies about pimp slap, coming all this nonsense. These things had no violence in it, man. Unless you watch the whole interview, those dudes say, unless it's very rare when a pimp put his hand upon one of those women. Very rare. It has to be extremely demanding for this thing to happen. Now, you people are involved with this thing in one of the widest state because your daughters now are whores. The plagues is upon you. That's what happened. There's so much stuff, beloved. We will go to part 2. Let me see if I can get the video for part 2. We'll go to part 2. Excuse me. Part 2, we're probably gonna take one video. It's gonna have to do with drugs only, so we can see what those people are going out there. Okay, beloved? I will see you. And wait, hang on. Let's see. Boy, let me see. Let me see first. See, last video we stopped right here. Okay, because those are the young women. Those are generation. You know, they lost. Okay, those are the dudes that dudes they lost. This generation is lost. Okay, all right. We'll take the next video is gonna be about drugs and how those people are losing their sons, they are losing their daughters, and suddenly now they want the whole laws, the whole rules to change and cry for them and stuff. No, you are in this case, okay, beloved. We will see you in part 2. Brethren, this stuff has nothing to do with us. We went through this. Stay out of it. We watch our brothers, sisters, wives, daughters go through these things, okay? See you in part 2. Shalom.